In this half hour with a frightening home invasion in Florida brought to an end by a beauty queen armed with her pink handgun. NBC's Lilia Luciano has the details. Lilia, good morning.
Good morning. It all plays out like your typical Hollywood thriller. A beautiful young woman comes face to face with an attacker at home in the middle of the night. Only in this case, our damsel in distress is not so helpless after all. On the exclusive island of Tierra Verde near Tampa, at a mansion known as Fat City, life was always a party. It is home to former beauty queen Megan Brown, her fiancé Robert Planthaber, and their exotic pets, Vixen, Bella, and Godzilla, the iguana. The nearly 3,000 square feet of extravagance are guarded by surveillance cameras inside and out. But despite that, the couple says they got an unwelcome visit. One morning at 3 a.m., Megan says she woke up to a familiar sound.
The knock was like, it was like, da 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 da. That's how the guy knocked.
Really?
So, yeah. So I'm thinking it's got to be a friend of mine.
Police say the man at the door was 42-year-old Albert Franklin Hill, an ex-convict who had been in and out of jail since 1986 for burglary, grand theft, and selling cocaine.
Basically, all I see is a man with a bandana covering his nose and his mouth and a hat dipped really low. The door pushes open and he's got me from behind and he's got his hands covering my mouth, my nose and my mouth. And at this point, I can't breathe or scream.
Megan says when the intruder slipped his hands down to her neck, she let out a cry for help, awakening her fiancé.
My first reaction is, who is this guy, and get him off my fiancé.
That's when Bobby, still black-eyed from the incident, says he immediately tackled Hill.
He had 80 pounds on me.
As Bobby fought the intruder, Megan says she rushed into the bedroom and pulled out her .38 caliber Lady Smith gun, a girly gun fitted with a pink grip, as seen on this similar model. The weapon was a Christmas present from Bobby.
When you come out with your gun, you took a risk. You could have shot Bobby.
Absolutely. So, that's why I had to take a second and train my gun on the man. Every time he moved, that's when my gun would move, and I just had to wait for a clear shot and an opening, and that's when I fired.
She fired methodically 4 times, and the intruder collapsed by the front door. Megan says she immediately called 911. When authorities arrived, Hill was dead.
I've fired that gun once before at the shooting range, and I was terrible. I couldn't hit the target to save my life.
The couple's story drew international attention, and they quickly seized on their newfound fame. Just days after the incident, the former Miss Tierra Verde, Florida, posed for these photos, gun in hand. Meanwhile, the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office is still investigating the case and has not yet said publicly why the intruder came to the house. As for the couple...
How has your relationship evolved now?
Well, we picked a date.
On the anniversary of this incident?
Absolutely.
We could have been killed that day. We're still alive, so it's a good day to celebrate.
It's a celebration.
As the investigation continues, authorities tell NBC News that they're still unclear about whether there's any relationship between the intruder and the victim. Back at the home, the couple has installed even more security cameras just to be safe. Meredith, back to you.